Hello my dear Pisces, this is a love reading, a prediction for Sagittarius season 22nd of November to 21st of December 2019 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. The first reading I did was for the birthday sign, so happy birthday to all Sagittarius out there, and I'm reading the other readings in order of most appreciated videos from the previous love readings published for Scorpio season. You can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. And this will be a long love reading for my dear Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising Sign and Venus, or Vedic or Tropical. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. So when I tell you that this is you, it might as well be the person or the situation you are dealing with. Use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this reading for you. And I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Golden Universal Tarot with Roberto De Angelis. So, when I open your deck here, I see the Empress together with the Strength card in the reversed. So this is someone that gives a lot, but also feels very vulnerable and unprotected. Okay, so I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have the Tower with the Strength. So whatever challenges you are going through right now is to prove to you that even if heaven falls down on you, you will be able to take really good care of yourself. So your challenges is to make you aware of the fact that you are a grown-up and that you don't have to be dependent on other people and you know, their charity to get you by. Okay, so I called for archangels in the four corners of the world, and here we have the Temperance or the alchemic wedding in the reverse. It's Sagittarius energy together with this Tower. So it's like some kind of relationship or experiment has blown up in your face. Okay, and it's for a good cause. It's so you will find yourself and find your more authentic path of life. Maybe you have been a little bit out of course because maybe you have maybe you have thought that you weren't strong enough, so you have made yourself dependent on other people's opinions and thoughts and viewpoints. And now you are getting first-hand experience of how that did not work out for you. So now you're going to have to do it in another way. So 6 elements. And here we have the 2 of coins together with the Tower in the reverse. So this is showing a situation which you can handle. Okay, this is not a big thing. It just wants to show you that you can have self-control, that you can stand on your own 2 legs, and you can decide to whom you want to give your treasures, like the Empress, and who not. So the big problem here is that you feel uncomfortable inside if you did something that were against your old patterns. So if you, for example, say no, everything is chaos inside of you. But that's a minor problem, the Divine says, because this is something you do have control over. You can start to just feel those feelings and acknowledge them and not resist them, and see that they are not going to kill you. They are not going to, they bother you, but they won't kill you and they can't hurt you. These feelings are just like a warning signal, because you have been taught in a certain kind of way that if you do this, this will happen. And yes, that might have been true when you were a little child, but now when you are a grown up, you don't have to believe in that anymore. So the discomfort, it comes to warn you, but you don't need the warning anymore. So try to take really good care of yourself in these situations. Love and comfort yourself in ways that are pleasing to you. Do this, and you will learn to deal with those uncomfortable feelings that comes when you need to make a strong decision. Okay, that might not be to everyone's liking, but it's good for you, and you decide over your own life. Okay, so 6 elements, and we have the Lovers in the reverse there, and the little Pisces. So the relationship isn't super great right now because there's a little bit imbalance, but that's mostly because you haven't shown your true face. You haven't been the person that you could be, not really authentic and not really as strong as you could be. I want my dear Pisces to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on the highest path towards your highest destiny. So, I will just tune in for a few seconds. So, my dear Pisces, this is the new bottom of the deck, and we have a Knight of Swords. I think this is actually you. You might be a little bit unfair at the moment and lashing out at people, but it's just you showing that you have had enough. Maybe not with this particular people, but with yourself for allowing a lot of crap in your life. So you will be using more of your intelligence and more of your wisdom to determine that this situation that you're in, that you can't kind of take it anymore. So you're going to put up a little bit of fight for yourself. It might be that you're also dealing with an air sign. That might be the person that have challenged you. And this is the old bottom of the deck, and it's the Death in the reverse. So it's a situation where you kind of try to make changes, but you weren't able to, because you got so sad, or you missed them too much, or you couldn't stand your own feelings when you said no to them, or when you said yes to a thing that you really wanted, but it's out of your comfort zone. So it's very hard to make changes, but we are better off for making them. Okay. So, my dear Pisces, this is what's on your conscious mind about the person most on your mind. And this is the situation itself. This is this other person, what they are, what's on their mind about you. This is your feelings towards them, the common energy or the bond between you two. And this is their feelings towards you. And this is your behaviors and attitudes, the outcome, and their behaviors and attitudes towards you. So we'll start with the situation here. And we have an 8 of Cups. So it's this allergic reaction I'm talking to you about when we had enough of a certain thing. So you might have lashed out at someone and they walked away, didn't want to talk with you. Or you just got sick and tired of something and you walked away and didn't want to express yourself with this other person. So we can see this person is hunching a little bit, and it's not a, you know, it's not a glorious walking away where we feel that everything is peachy. We are sacrificing something we actually wanted, but because we can't take anymore, or we don't have the same hope to the situation as we had before, and so on. So, and this is what's on your conscious mind about this other person or these other people. And it's a Page of Wands. So you feel kind of strong now. And it's a little bit, it's like a new beginning with this. We saw before that you weren't really able to be feisty or stand up for yourself. But here with the Page of Wands, it actually shows some hope. It shows a lot of go-getter attitude. So I want to see what's on their conscious mind about you before I ramble on. And it's a 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so I think I read the situation correctly when it seems like you have a hope for a new beginning. It's like you got sick and tired of this situation, and you might have said something, because the Page of Wands is it's a communication. It's a person talking from their soul, and it's not in the reverse, so it's not like you were mean. You were actually saying the truthful stuff. And we can see the wand here. So you might also be dealing with a fire sign. I said air before, but fire is also a big possibility. But mostly this fire is showing you have a better self-control. And this person also acknowledge it. But you have pissed them off with this new attitude of yours. So they think that they will keep you on an arm's length distance, or they will show you that this was the wrong attitude. And this is the kind of resistance that you need to accept to face, because there was a reason to why you were scared to stand up for yourself in the first place, because you knew there will be consequences. But if people give you consequences for expressing yourself and your needs and the real you, it's not the right person for you, or they need to be taught who you are and learn to love you for the person that you are, instead of loving you for the image that you previously showed them of who you were. So this is a little bit like, it's not cold, but it's not super friendly either. Both people here is, having their back turned towards each other. So there's no real communication going on there. You don't seem bitter, however. You seem like this is what's on your mind about them, but it seems like you're mostly thinking about you in this situation, that it doesn't matter that they didn't accept the thing that you said or what you communicated, because they are turning their back towards you here, because you have more energy now. You got probably energy also from telling them the truth. Sometimes we can feel like the devil is on our shoulder and saying stuff that we would have wished we could kept a secret. But usually those things are our true expression, and we just don't want the consequences of our true expression. Sorry, your light there on the right male side, the masculine side, kind of suffocated itself. So I think this person have gotten a real like a hit, lost hopes for the future. It's like you have surprised them a little. Okay, so this is the common energies between you two, and we have the Fool, so it goes very well with this. But we can also see that there's a split here, because you have your own new future, which you feel very excited about, and they are just like, they don't want to go into that future together with you, because they think you have changed too much, or you are not the person that they thought you were, because you have started to express yourself more in tune with who you really are, and they wanted the more subordinated you, I guess. So this is your feelings for them, and we have the Hierophant in reversed. So it's like a revolution. You wanted to be part of their tribe, you wanted to be loved by them, you wanted to be accepted by them, but now you have realized you don't want to be accepted to any cost. So you rather rather make them upset and make them kind of cast you out from the family circle or the committed relationship or the tribe, than to subordinate yourself to something that feels phony to you. And it might also be that you have opinions about them not wanting to commit. You might have, told them that this is what you wanted, and they want maybe to keep you under their boot, and they don't want you to come up for grasp for air. So that's a part of what I'm feeling here. And this is their feelings towards you. And we have the Alchemist here, the alchemic wedding, which we saw in the reversed earlier. So this shows that they have a lot of attraction towards you. So even if they show you their backside, they probably feel more attracted by you now than what they ever did before. And notice also this is 14, 1 + 4, 5. So you didn't like their game anymore. So you said, okay, so I'll create something on my own. This is not what I want. And suddenly you are of interest to them, because one, they are seeing the true you. They are also seeing someone that doesn't want to back down, and it's a certain amount of respect in that. So I think you are triggering them to become more attracted to you, even though you are not longer giving them what they wanted. They find you more probably against their own logic. They are finding you more like titillating. So they might think about this a lot. Why now, when you maybe seem like you don't care so much for them? I don't say that you look like you don't care. It's just that you have expressed yourself, and this what you express they don't like. on a logic level, like this power game that seems to have been going on. Who is supposed to rule who, and whose rules are supposed to rule. And now this freedom of yours, and where you say to hell with their rules, that seems to trigger them to be more attracted to you, like physically or maybe also spiritually. So it seems like they this situation is building up some kind of longing from their part towards you. So maybe they will, maybe they will confront you in some way and ask you more of this newness with you. Where are you going? What do you want with this? What's happening with you? Because they are kind of intrigued. Okay, so, and this is your behaviors and attitudes towards them, and we have the World card. So you are fine with kind of whatever happens, and you are much more cool and in zen, and you kind of know that you will make it on your own, so you don't need their approval. You also seems to love and respect them, because this is a very beautiful card. It's the universe. It's unconditional love. It's alpha and omega. So, and it's also soulmates. So I think you respect them a lot. You just don't respect the bonds that have kept you together, like the old rules that ruled your relationship is not what you want anymore. So, but this tower thingy has kind of put you on the right course. This is what I'm speaking of in my prayer. I want you to walk on the highest path towards your highest destiny. And this is you doing that. So finally, by listening to yourself, you found it. So that's great. So you seem adult enough here. You don't try to tease them. You don't try to, make any drama or anything. You just rather accepting and cool and non-dramatic. So this is their behavior and attitudes towards you. And we have a Queen of Cups here, and still with the back turned, but this person is both vulnerable, like they feel vulnerable at this point because they don't know really what's happening, but they do know that they love you. It's up to you a little bit how to handle this, because this person seems a little bit like shy. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's the matter with you. Why did you change in this way? But they are not going to forget about you in like anytime soon. They seem to be very much in love with you, and you are on their mind, even though they are trying to put you on the back burner and kind of, they think that this newness with you is kind of a rejection towards them. But also with this rejection, they feel more of the feelings that they have for you. When they don't really have you, they feel how much there is to lose. So their behaviors and attitudes is probably very shy and withdrawn, but there's a big chance that if you ask them, they will say that they still love you. Okay, so this is the outcome, and we have an Ace of Swords. So it seems like there needs to come even more of this truth, this new truth, and this new expression of oneself that and it seems that it might be you. Okay, you have only your body turned towards this situation, and your mind is like roaming somewhere else free, like in this new future of yours where you want to go, where these two people are aiming. But maybe you want them with you, like on this journey, on this change that you are going through. And it could be a good idea if you explained yourself a little bit better to this person. Maybe they would understand what it is that's happening to you and where you are going with this. Okay, so here's a card for you, and we have a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So you see, it's like they do love you a lot. But I think that they have a hard time expressing it at the moment because they are a little bit in shock. Okay. And this is a message for them, kind of, but it's for you, since it's only you listening to this reading, I guess. Embrace. Through each other you find the missing pieces. So it kind of says the same thing. They love you, and you're a big part of them and a big part of their life, and they don't want to live without you. That's for sure. So it's just that there needs to be an expression of this also, and I don't think that they are brave enough in this position where they feel very vulnerable and very much in love to. They have this attitude of not caring, and that would be like a 180 degrees turn to suddenly show that, well, you mean the world to me and I don't want to live without you. So then they will lose all of the power that they previously built up and that you have kind of discarded. And this will be the last discard of that old power. And are they ready to do that? They want to. No, they don't want to. They don't want to, but their heart wants to. So I think you need to be the brave one in this, because they won't be brave. They will love you on a distance. So, advice for my dear Pisces. Children, know that your children are protected. So, we have this child. So, it's like your inner child. And we saw before that you were very scared that if you don't conform to other people and give them what they want, bad things will happen. But here you can know that your inner child is always protected, because it's also protected not only by the universe and God, but by you. And that we can see the full expression of here. Sorry for my sniffle. All parents' first and foremost responsibility is to keep their children safe from harm. The angels want to reassure you that all is well. Your children in heaven and on earth are loved and protected by God and the angels. Your children function at their best when they are loved, cherished, and feel secure within their home and family environment. Mantra: my children are happy and safe. So I think this is you taking much better care of yourself and letting yourself be happy and safe. And we have the sword here, so it's a communication, but it's also kind of a challenge where we need to be true to ourselves no matter what the consequences is. Okay, so my dear Pisces, I hope this helped. If you need more information, I have 4 elements reading, a deep love reading, up on my channel page. You click the little Queen of Cups icon and you come to the first channel page, and you scroll down a little bit and you will see this love readings for the elements, and you can watch water, or you can watch them all and see what resonates. There's also a similar reading as this up for Scorpio season, and we are smack in the middle of Scorpio season right now, so it can be worth to watch or rewatch. There's also pick a card readings up there, and I will put up some new in the weeks to come. That's my plan anyway. I turned a little bit ill right now, but if I have the strength, I will do as I planned. So take really good care until next time we meet, and bye bye.